Hello and welcome back. This is Grillenheimer. I haven't donned a hat backwards and sunglasses in a long time. I thought it was high time to do it again. But no inspirational video here. Well, maybe in a way. This is for the Transformer fans, guys. And things to do and not to do. I wish I had gotten, of course it would only hold so much. It was really the, maybe I'll put a picture here if I can find it. It was around like $15, $20. It looked like a tackle box where you could put the card separator for the Transformers, the card game, you know. And it had section for a couple of decks and where you could put about, I think it was 30 cards. I forgot how many character cards it could hold and how many battle cards it could hold, how many decks, and a spot for like your dice in the middle, if I remember correctly. It was neat. It was a neat shape, had a handle, looked really nice, and I almost got one and never did. Well, if you remember, a year and 3/4 years ago, that I had a video about this thing. It is a lunchbox. It was from Walmart. It did the job, and there's still a lot of battle cards in here. You got some, side pockets for, probably could fit a deck in there, but it's good for counters and dice. You got a pocket on each side. You got this handle. You got this handle. And it's big enough to, I mean, it might look like you're going on a lunch date or something, but I mean, there's just a lot of junk in here. I really need to consolidate my stuff, and that's what I have been working on. But this is what I started off with. Oh, there's some boat characters. And some sleeves, characters, battle cards, just tons of stuff here that came in really handy. I did take the plastic tub that was in this out for a little extra room. Maybe I should have left it without it in there. Your cards can get bent a little bit. But for as big as some of the cards are, this does work, but it may not fit your Mondo cards, your Titan cards. And then I went from that, when my wife thought that was all I had, that I ended up moving from, well, not moving, adding, really, from that to this. A treasure chest, because that's what the game is. But no, seriously, this, that was loud, but this was a pretty good size to be able to put a lot of cards in. You could have trash. And I used this mainly to keep character cards in originally, and I could have 3 rows of character cards. I forgot how many each in their top loaders, and then still had plenty of room, especially with this. And this is actually, I don't remember where we got these, but it was a set of 3. I think this was the smallest one. And you can see where this is bowed a little bit. And plenty of room on top of the character cards to put decks for, various and sundry teams that maybe you had set up to play. And that was a good way of doing that, which is a treasure chest. Well, I used this for a while. And it, like I said, it is great for character cards. Luckily, this is empty, or it would be very heavy. And then I also was using this. This is super old. This goes back to the Dymo 70s, maybe the 60s. I think it actually was for holding single 45 records or LPs. Remember these guys? And still have some stuff in here, not as much. Still using rubber bands like I probably shouldn't, but these are sleeved. These are all sleeved battle cards. And, oh, cool, my Metroplex deck. Slammer, Scamper. And a few things are left in here. There's a couple of individual decks that I have as well in here. I think the green is either my old Minosaur deck or a Devastator deck. I'm not sure which. Lots of just various and sundry things in here. So, you know, and yeah, it's backwards, I know, but CB&I, it's where my dad used to work years and years ago. He retired, and oh crap, I'm just putting this on YouTube, aren't I? Oh well. But you know, with if you've been following me along for quite a while, since about spring of 2019 is when I really was doing all this Transformer card stuff, is that you saw me create the water tank characters, and I'm working on actually getting them into the MSC last night. Maybe not as we speak, but last night I've been working on getting Waterbolt, Catwalk, and Sergeant Sailor, and the MSC has been updated yet again. It's been really, really good, except it's two of my files, of all my old previous files, they won't pop up. It'll just crash on me for what, I'm not sure why. I may have lost that information. I don't know. At least I think I've exported a lot of that stuff into the PC, which I kind of need to delete, but I can print that out easier from the PC than Dropbox, but I have a lot of stuff in my Dropbox, kind of. But yeah, I cannot access my Marina Wars files in the MSC editor anymore. But I think most of those guys are in the Dropbox, luckily. Now, what you don't need is to rely on the Easter Bunny. Oh! For holding your cards. I don't remember where this basket came from. It is my wife's, I'm pretty darn sure. But, you know, in my Unicron, a lot of my big cards were kind of in here, sticking up on the side, and which was a bad thing to do. I don't think that's a good thing to do, because my Unicron ended up getting a little bent, a little curled. And oh, poor baby Unicron. I want to hug him and squeeze him and call him George. But you know, this was this basket. And like I said, I don't know how old it is, where it came from, but it's a good size. But this is just a mess. You really don't want to do this. So, oh, look at there. There were scraplets in there. Maybe that's the problem. But, you know, you don't want to rely on the Easter Bunny basket for your Transformer cards. It's just a mess. Well, and like I said, this thing was a triplet of treasure chests. And how to show this off? This is a better deal. It is the biggest one. There's a lot of my cards are in here. Oh golly, this is heavy. So, and you can see it fits the new Unicron in the very back. It is big enough to where it doesn't, and this is deep enough to where it doesn't fold it. So that is good. I still have room for more characters in here. There's about 4 rows of characters. So that's 3 rows of big character cards in one smaller row for the small cards, like your weaponizers and battle masters and stratagems and stuff. So, cool. There's this. So, and then you have a good, about a good, what is that, about 4 inches from the top of the cards to the top of this, to be able to put plenty of, again, And I might try to move a lot of stuff over into this and out of some of those other ones. And as you can see, I have a few groups, a few teams and decks that are together. There's even plenty of room for one of these to have a nice standby deck or something. And I got to put a rubber band on that deck there, or they'll just slide all over the place. But I wish, and you can see how old this is, because it's just falling apart, or has fallen apart. It had like some, I think these were cloth. I don't think that's rubber. I mean leather. I don't think that's this is leather. I think it was just cloth. It got old and dry rotted. And my wife may have gotten this at like a Kohl's or a Ross. Maybe not a Ross. I don't know where she got these things. But it was some department store like that. And like I said, it was a triplicate. You had this big one and one on top. And then the smallest one on top. And that other one actually may be the middle size and not the smallest one. Yeah, the smallest one's up there. Okay, yeah, there's an even tinier one. So yeah, it was either a 3 or a 4 stack of these treasure chest-like boxes. So, you know, how do you keep your cards? This is pretty good. It's square, it's big, it fits the character cards, plenty of battle card decks, even the biggest Unicron, the biggest Unicron, the new Unicron from the raid. So, you know, okay, I'm gonna have to just quit here. But you know, a lot of neat ways to try to keep your cards safe and healthy and nurtured to make sure they grow up good. But you know, I don't know what ways y'all like keeping your cards, and I have looked at getting some of the long standard cards that collectors can buy at card shop, and my guy has a lot of those that you can just put just the regular battle cards in there. And I do have, I meant to bring that out too, but no need to, the Energon edition, which, you know, keep, if you have one of those, keep the little the white boxes, not just for the artwork, but they're great for keeping holding your battle cards. I still have a lot of battle cards in that also. Too many cards, and I'm making cards, and people are making cards. Oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? Sometimes I wish the game had not been canceled, to where there would be a better progression of natural waves coming out, so we weren't cluttering up the system, so to speak, and seeing a weird power creep throughout the game with art cards or Bayformer cards or Rhode Island or whoever, or Vector Prime, because I have seen that, and with some of my cards I've tried not to use the power creep. I don't make a card or a character just to say, ooh, this is going to be the best card ever. I'm winning. I just don't want to do that. So that's why a lot of my characters are not very strong. But they're not exactly weak either. They work, you know, well in conjunction with other characters and with certain battle cards, trying to keep in the mind of the original game. Of course, then again, I haven't really been making a whole lot of cards based on the original characters originally. Now I've made a weaponizer Megatron. I've created a pretty good reflector. He's not a very strong reflector, but it works. That, you know, it's all battle masters, and they get knocked out. You can put them all eventually on one character, or try to keep them all on one character, to where it really gives a buff of +3, or is it +4 attack and defense? But of course they can get vaporized or bashed off, and that's where your quartermasters can come in and try to get those back on and keep reflector on a character. And I've made more quartermasters, etc., etc. And I got to get to work. I got to get back to work. But there are, oh gosh, I'm redrawing my Satilicons. I've shown y'all that, I believe. I was at my piano bench, and I haven't really gotten to color them yet. They're pretty much all drawn. I've been working on Unicron. I want to color Unicron. I need to make a copy of what I've done, because I think what I've done, and as you saw as the thumbnail of that video, that I think my drawings will work and look okay in the MSC for at least his planet side. Oh, this is it. And I was fixing my twin twist stratagem this morning, as well as trying to, like I said, get my water tanks into the MSC as well, which has Nate, I think it's Nate, has really done a lot of neat tweaking to the Magic Set Editor for the good. There's a lot of stuff there. It's bigger than it's ever been. It seems easy to use. It's some things are a little weird, because in some of my old sets I can maintain and update a few things, but I can't add any more characters or cards to that file. I have to create a new file and just go from there, which is fine. And then again, like I said, I've lost two sets. They're there. I hit it and it just not responding. I left it all night. It never worked. It just crashed, I guess. But we've a lot of new traits added: Earth, Organics, Seekers, Combaticon, Protectobots, which I finally added into all my Combaticons and Protectobots. I need to finish those, move those all over to, oh gosh, I haven't checked to see if my combiner file will open. I think it did. My stratagem file is opening. Okay, it's just one I had labeled battle mode or battle complete or something, where a lot of my actions and upgrades were, I can't access anymore. So at least I've got a lot of those in the Dropbox, which is kind of sad. I hate to see that. But I would like to do my own twin twist. I would like to make some Throttlebots and finish all the things, the projects that I have going now, and which includes the undisclosed chapter, aka Chapter U, which is where I'm putting all my, boy, all of a sudden I got serious, all the characters that I've created that are not boats, all into this one thing with Dosserbot and Copper and Tempo and Slapjack, the water tanks, etc., etc. In Backroad, they're all going into this folder. I'm going to get them all into the Dropbox for y'all if you'd like to try to play with them and see, are these good? Are they weak? Can we make them better? What battle cards can go with them to make them very doable or very fun? A lot of neat things. I think there's a lot of opportunity there. I've been adjusting some of their star counts a little bit, and some of their health a little bit, especially my water tanks. I'm still giving them the tank trait as a joke, and so they can use tank cards because of they need an alt trait anyway. So hey, I'm using it. No submarine trait is available, so my submarines are all boats. Y'all knew that. I've expressed that, which helps with getting the boat abilities to work in conjunction with each other, which is good, and it helps the submarines out since they are now boats. I don't know how many more characters, how much longer I'm going to be doing this. Because it's just wearing me out. I enjoy it. I enjoy making cards. I don't know if anybody's playing with my stuff or testing it. Now, I have played with a few friends from Facebook, and I'll be like right here, and I'll have my phone on, where'd it go? On a little, on this thing, and it's on one now. And it's about the best I have. Next time I go to Walmart, I might see about getting something better than this. So, you know, and you know, testing some of my cards out, actions and upgrades. And I need to do more of that. We've been doing a lot of official cards. It's almost tempting to let him, if he wants to set up his, because together we've made some really neat cards. There are a lot of Titan characters, and see if I can take down some of his Titan characters with some of my new battle cards. That might be something we might want to try. I bet he'd enjoy that. He would really enjoy that. So if you're watching and you're listening, we got something to do. And one of the last things we did was something neat. And if you remember, before Christmas, I had a video where I would pair up a common, an uncommon character, and a rare character. And if I had any more, they would have to be an additional common character. We both did that. We tried creating decks. We only played one game instead of 3 games in a row, as is the norm. And then as long as we talked afterwards, we might as well have played another game, but over the phone. But he did win. I forgot what my characters were and what his characters were, but it was really fun. I think he liked it because it put a little bit of like, how are we gonna do this? Why are you making me do this for? And it was to he pitted 6 Gun and Dreadwing against me, and I just had some ragtag characters, and wow, that and they were still common and uncommon and maybe a rare. I can't remember, but putting those 2 characters like he did together was a good thing to do. And he had I think he had a hand grenade. I mean, the grenade launcher, and I almost put a grenade launcher in my deck because it is a common, if I remember correctly. And I'm like, no, I won't do that to this guy. And now I wish I had, because he did it to me. But we don't really ban any cards per se. It's just a lot of casual gaming and having fun. And I lose a lot, but I've won a few too. But yeah, that might be something we need to do. But that's really all I have. I didn't mean to go 12 or 20 minutes about showing, some of the stuff I have to try to keep all this mess together. It's just a mess. It really is. So, and we've seen Jamie's Powered by Primus long time ago. Oh my gosh, it was probably summer of 2019 or early winter of 2020. I remember him, he was in his extra room when he was showing all his stuff in Tupperware, in the cardboard long boxes for battle cards, and everything like in waves and etc. It was very well organized and stuff he was selling. I just wish I had time to get organized. And yeah, my wife normally sits right there when she comes home. And a little more, I wish I had a little less resistance to having fun with this game, because it's like when everybody comes home, it's just like, if you get my meaning. So it's like, And I think I understand some of where that's coming from, and I probably should be doing a little better myself. But at the same time, I'll keep my personal life out of this. Like I said, she sits right there. So without further ado, without going any longer than this, we will see you next time. Thanks for watching. And as always, transform and roll out.